What's up guys, Ian here. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact system that took me from $20,000 of credit card debt as a college student to now where I am as a multi six-figure e-commerce brand owner. Now, I first started dropshipping around 5 years ago, and like most beginners, I had no idea what I was doing. I was testing new products that ultimately ended up failing. I blew through all of my savings until I finally found a winner. Now, if you guys know anything about traditional dropshipping, you'll know that winning products die off fast. But since I was a complete beginner when I found my first winner, I didn't realize how difficult it actually was to maintain profitability. So that winning product actually ended up dying off after about 2 months, and I fell back into that vicious cycle of testing new products that ultimately ended up failing until I eventually dug myself into $20,000 of credit card debt. That was 100% rock bottom for me, and I knew that something had to change. So I put all of my stores on pause, and I spent the next year researching and developing a system that would get me out of that cycle for good. So since I had wasted so much time and so much money testing new products that constantly ended up failing, I knew that I needed to develop a system that would allow me to scale up proven products without ever having to test another product again. And thus the mirror market system was born. I knew I had to put it to the test myself, and in my first month ever implementing this system, I made $135,000, which was over double of what I had ever made with any of my winning products in the past. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my exact system step by step and showing you guys exactly how you can implement it for yourselves today. Let's get into it. Look guys, here's the problem with traditional dropshipping right now. Everybody's out here chasing these untapped winning products, which don't exist by the way. And even if by some stroke of luck you do find a good winner, there are 500 stores out there already testing the exact same product the exact same way within like a week. So the market gets saturated instantly, the product dies out after a month or two if you're lucky, and you are constantly starting from zero. This is the exact same position I was in that actually dug me into $20,000 of credit card debt. I was testing all these different products that actually solved problems. My store looked good, my ads were good, but I was doing the exact same thing as everybody else was doing. And this is where the mirror market system comes into play. It's actually a very simple concept. What you are actually doing is taking a proven or saturated product, as people would call it, and you are targeting a completely different market from what is already being targeted. So you are taking that same proven winner and you are just flipping the marketing angle, which thus gives you a brand new audience to test that product in. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know about my e-commerce brand called Rooted. This is a hairline powder that actually allows men to cover up their bald spots. I actually have a YouTube video breaking down my exact product page that I use currently for Rooted. So if you guys want to go check that out, is the last video that I posted. But anyway, I like to use this as an example of how the mirror market system actually works, because this product was only targeting females in the beauty market, which I found was extremely saturated. So what I did using the mirror market system is I took that same exact product, right? And I just targeted a different audience, men with balding. That is a completely different market that is 100% untapped. And the result of that, I scaled this up to over $5,000 per day. Now, here are the key principles that you need to understand about the mirror market system. First of all, products are not saturated. The angles are saturated. If a product is saturated, it just means that it has high sales volume, which is a good thing. That is product validation. That means that the product actually works. All that you need to do is find a different market than everybody else is selling in, because that angle is already saturated. If you take a winning product, a validated product, and put it in a completely different market, you'll have a winning product in an untapped market. And yes, I'll say it again, saturated products are good, guys. Here's what saturated actually means. The product is tested with hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend behind it. It has proven conversion rates, the supply chain already works, the demand is already validated, but the current market is just too competitive for you to scale it. By testing a saturated or proven product, you're not gambling. You don't have to go through that vicious cycle of constantly testing new products. All the validation for the product is already done. You already know that the logistics and the economics already work. All you have to do is find that new market. All right, so how do you actually go ahead and find find these saturated products. The first method is what I actually recommend. This is the TikTok shop method. This is exactly how I found that hair shading powder that I scaled up Rooted with. Open up TikTok on your phone and go to the TikTok shop. Then go to either the trending tab or the categories tab. You're going to look for products with 5,000 to 50,000 orders. Anything less, it's not validated enough. Anything more, it's probably already too saturated everywhere. Here's the thing though, you have to look for products that actually have good reviews. If the product doesn't work or doesn't do what it say that it does, there's no market that could save it. Method number 2, which you guys have probably heard of, is the TikTok organic burner method. So you're gonna create a new TikTok account, you're gonna search TikTok made me buy it, you're gonna engage for 30 minutes with posts that look like they're from a dropshipping store, and then you're gonna close out of the app, open it back up, and the algorithm is just going to spew out new winning products for you. I use this method pretty much for seasonal or trending products. It's not as good or consistent for finding products that you can actually start a long-term brand with, but it does work, especially now that we're in Q4. And method number 3 is Kalodata, which I'm not going to go over that much because I don't really use it. But essentially, if you go on Kalodata, you're going to filter it by $1,000 to $10,000 of revenue in the past 14 days, and you're going to look for a 4+ rating minimum. Now that we have our winning product, all that you need to do is find that unsaturated angle. I always do this with a process called review mining. So essentially this is searching up reviews on Amazon for your product and finding a different use or a different purpose for your product that is completely separate for the advertised use. So the first step in the review mining process is obviously to search your product up on Amazon. It doesn't have to be the exact same product. A similar product will work. It just needs to have at least 1,000 reviews. Now the next step is to export those reviews to a CSV file. Then you're going to upload that CSV file to ChatGPT, and essentially you're going to look for different reasons or different problems that people are having when buying this product. And what this does, guys, is ChatGPT is going to analyze all of these reviews and reveal hidden markets that are not being advertised and are not being sold to. These are completely new markets that you can go in and target for yourselves. This is the gold of the mirror market system, guys. First, you're gonna find your proven product with TikTok Shop, TikTok Organic, or Kalodata. You're gonna find your product on Amazon and export all of its reviews. You're gonna use ChatGPT to analyze those reviews to find those unsaturated angles. Then once you've done that, all that you have to do is find your target market through one of those angles. You're going to brand your product for that market. You're going to build your store targeting that new audience. And then you can literally just repeat with more products or more angles. That's the beauty of the mirror market system. It is 100% repeatable. So this is where the mirror market system differs from traditional dropshipping, right? With traditional dropshipping, you're racing against 500+ stores to get your store up first and make sure that it has the best build and whatnot. The product is going to die out in 60 to 90 days tops. You're always starting from zero and you are gambling with untested, unproven products. With the mirror market system, the products are already validated. There is little to no competition in the market that you are targeting. You can build a sustainable long-term brand like I have with Rooted. There are lower costs and higher margins because you have a branded store and a branded product, and it is a completely 100% repeatable system. So if you don't like the product or if you don't like the angle that you're taking, you can just wash, rinse, repeat with that exact same system in place and have another store up and running literally within the same day. Obviously, I did not go over everything in this free YouTube video. There is so much more that I just didn't cover in this video because obviously, guys, you got to work with me here. This is proprietary information. Obviously, I'm going to charge for this stuff. The full system, the full mirror market system is available in the description. It's a $97 one-time purchase, and it goes over literally every single step in the process, everything that I didn't cover and much more. It is a 7-video series that has all of the modules, and it has all of the documents and PDF guidelines that you need to fully succeed with the mirror market system. So if you guys are interested in checking out the full and complete system that took me from $20,000 in credit card debt as a college student to now a multi-6-figure e-commerce brand owner, The link is going to be in the description. Again, it's a $97 one-time purchase, so you buy it once and you have it for life. And like I said, this system is fully repeatable. So you literally buy it once and you can repeat this system for as many stores, as many products, and as many markets as possible. But with that being said, you guys now have a general understanding of how the mirror market system works and how I'm using it to this day to generate thousands and thousands of dollars in profit every single day. It's time for you guys to leave traditional dropshipping in 2020 where it belongs. If you're still doing that BS, you're not going to make any money. I'm sorry, that's just the harsh truth. So like I said, if you guys want to invest in yourself and turn $97 into multiple six figures, just like I did, the link to purchase the full and complete mirror market system is in the description below. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.